Hello, everybody. This is Dr. John Michael Salvato, or as I'm known in Buddhist circles, Khenpo Gurudas Srinathānanda. And I would like to welcome all of you to Grief Relief. This is a community grassroots effort to provide support and love for everybody that might be dealing with in their own personal way the events of this past weekend. I was asked to do this. I really am at a loss. The person who asked me to moderate a group said, it would be really great if there was some sort of outlet for people to express their grief, to talk about their loss, to talk about their feelings and their emotions, and maybe you can help try to make sense of this. And my response was that I don't believe there's any way that any of us can make sense of something so senseless, something that took 3 of my friends and so many people more beyond that scope of just my friends, as 50 lives were taken. That there is no making sense of this. And so we wanted to take time, and I recognize that sometimes these things take a couple days to gain momentum, but we'll be here every single night, which is me at 8 o'clock Eastern time, for as long as it takes for our community to begin to heal. And this venue is open to all people, to the LGBTQI community, to our allies, to the Muslim community that's facing absurd Islamophobia in the wake of Saturday's tragedy. I just want to do what I can. I was happy to do what I could. I'm going to I'll be here for as long as it takes. I'll be here as often as it takes to just as, not as a Buddhist contemplative, not as a retired priest, as a member of this community, as somebody who's tired of the roller coaster of emotions, of grieving, followed by anger, followed by more grief, and disbelief and frustration at not being told the whole story. Somebody who's frustrated by holding our breath and waiting for the next list and waiting for more names to be released, not knowing whether our sons or daughters, our brothers or sisters, our friends are going to be among those listed. Tired of holding my breath in hope that the people that were hospitalized are going to pull through. And so I'll do whatever it takes, because I don't know what else to do. And we want to welcome everyone here. This is a safe place for folks who are dealing with this tragedy to be able to express themselves. A safe place for your voice to be heard if you feel you have no voice. A safe place for your voice to be heard if you feel that you have a message that you want to share with our community. And so I welcome anybody who feels that they just want to be able to add their voice to the voices of the LGBT community, to the LGBTQI community. I don't mean to leave anyone out, please understand. To our allies, to people across this country who are devastated, and across the world who are devastated by the news that we woke up to on Sunday morning, that some of us experienced in the wee hours of Sunday morning, as a group of lively, healthy, happy people were celebrating their ability to be themselves in what should have been a safe environment, what was established as a safe environment. The nightclub where Saturday's tragedy took place was a nightclub called Pulse, and that nightclub was named after the founder, the owner's brother, who passed away. He was a member of the lesbian, gay, transgender, bisexual community, intersex community, and he passed away, and she named the bar Pulse, so that symbolically his pulse would live on through this great service that she gave to the community, this wonderful venue, this safe place for people to be able to come together and be themselves. And so I think it's not lost on me that that one of the major keywords and hashtags being used, it has been one family, one pulse, one love, one pulse, because that's really what it's all about. It's about coming together as a community, coming together as an extended community, coming together as spiritual communities, interlocked in our common humanity, as one family, one pulse, saying that we're not going to let this happen again on our watch. That, as my teacher, Majaya Sati Bhagavati, said, there are no throwaway people. And that means that there are no throwaway people in any sense of other. There are no throwaway people among the Muslim community. There are no throwaway people in the gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, intersex, queer community. There are no throwaway people among the homeless. There are no throwaway people, period. And so we'll get together every night at 8 o'clock. And I realize that, this first time, some people might be skeptical about how safe they're going to be. Some people may not want to appear on camera. Some people may simply be tuning in quietly to watch what's happening. Well, know that this is a safe space, and you don't have to appear on camera. You could appear just by, just take a seat and just speak. You can leave your camera turned off. You can text your messages, and we'll share them with the viewers by just texting in the right-hand column. If you're doing this from your phone, I'm not really sure how the texting works. I've not used Blab from my phone as a viewer, and I've hosted hundreds of these programs, or co-hosted hundreds of these programs since the platform launched, with various friends and for various purposes. But we will be here as long as it takes every single night to provide a service to our community, because I was asked to do that. And I want everyone to have a safe place for your voice to be heard. I'm personally doing this for my friends. I'm personally doing this as a way of honoring, those that I'll never see again, and that I'm struggling to find some closure, some ability to say goodbye. Sorry. For Top Hat Eddie, who was by far one of the kindest and funniest and most genuine ambassadors of goodwill in our community, and Jimmy De Jesus, a brilliant and creative mind, a beautiful person inside and out, and Stanley, who made me smile. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name, Stanley, but in the short time that we knew one another, you made me smile every single time I opened Snapchat, and every message that I got from you, and every time I looked at your snaps and your stories. You made me smile. Your beauty went far beyond your physical beauty and was just that of one of those inspiring, joyful, in the moment people. And that's why I'm here. Because I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I won't get a chance to come to your memorial services and say goodbye. And because I'm angry, at not hearing the whole story yet. because there's pieces of this puzzle that just don't fucking make sense. There are parts of the official story that I am not fucking buying. And I want to know why my friends and why those 50 people perished on Saturday night. I want answers. I want closure. And I can only begin to imagine how their families, their husbands and wives, their boyfriends and girlfriends, their brothers and sisters feel. Aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews. I can only begin to imagine how they feel. And so I'm here for them as well. And this would be so much easier if somebody else was here talking. And I don't understand why the couple people who asked me to be here tonight, couldn't get here. It may very well be that this platform is too difficult for people to get in on. And if we find that out tomorrow, then we will use a different platform. We'll take this to Google Hangouts, or we'll take it to Zoom, or wherever we have to take it so that it can be accessible. We just thought in the moment that Blab would be a good way to reach the greatest number of people because of the extent of my own following on Twitter and their followings on Twitter, and our ability to really tap into and contact members of the LGBTQI community. There's getting to be too many initials there. If I leave one out, just know that you're in my heart, that I stand with you, that I stand with Orlando, and that we are one family, one pulse. So I made a commitment that I would stick around for at least 15 minutes tonight, and 15 minutes every night until we start to get people here. And then if it takes an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours for us to come together and talk, then I would be here for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. Whatever it takes, because this is my family. This is my community. These are my people, my tribe. So I encourage you to let folks know that they can, check us out. Get in touch with me at Twitter. My handle should be right up above right up above my head here. You can get in touch with us at Facebook at facebook.com. In fact, I'll put that in the message section here. So you guys can get in touch with me at Facebook. If there is a better platform or a more convenient platform or an easier way for you guys to connect with us, then let me know. I will do whatever I can to be present, to listen, and share our stories, and share our memories, and share our love for those who were slaughtered, as well as those who are struggling to survive tonight, who are in our thoughts and our prayers. But I have to say that as a Buddhist contemplative, the effectiveness of prayers is not something that I'm particularly inclined to pursue, while the effectiveness of community involvement, the effectiveness of grassroots efforts, action, is what I know produces results. And so I'm here for every one of you. I'm here for our allies and for our friends. I'm here for the members of the Muslim community in the United States and around the world who are being persecuted for something that they did not do, for something that they do not sanction, for something that is an affront to the holy month of Ramadan. And so my heart is with all people tonight. My heart is with everyone who is hurting, who is frustrated, who is angry about what has happened. I'm hurting, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm confused. I want to make sense of all of this, but I know that there is no sense in the senseless killing of 50 people. And so I will be back tomorrow night, and the night after that if necessary, and the night after that if necessary, to be there for those who asked me to be there for them, and to be there for you if you happen to have come across this I'm sorry, in an archive, then know that you can just reach out to us and we'll be there. So thanks for taking the time to watch, and please let your friends know if you know somebody who's affected, if you know somebody who's hurting right now, somebody who just needs a safe place to be able to express their pain and their grief, that we're here and we're ready to listen. And if you happen to be a pastoral counselor in one of the many inclusive, open, and affirming faith traditions, and you're more than welcome and encouraged to take a seat on our panel, so that we can be there for those people that were entrusted to our care. I love and appreciate every single one of you that are watching this, even if I've never met you, because you took the time to watch this. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow night. Namaste.